Oh, so I heard you're a wrestling follower. Yeah, I'm a wrestling follower. I'm a WWE follower, and I know that that's not the cool thing anymore. Well, take it this way. I came from a UFC background. I was a UFC fighter before I became a W wrestler. And I know the shit that goes through being a wrestling follower if you're being a W follower. And you got folks out there who think, oh, IW is the winning side or AEW is the winning side. You know, you have to elope to IW and AEW because they're going to win one day. Well, there's no truth to that, is there? And I just think it's shit, Jordan. I mean, yes, folks have a right to their belief and their thought and whatever, but for them to go out and say there's truth to it is just dumb. I mean, why would someone elope to IW and AEW because someone believes it's the winning side? I mean, that's shitty. You're right, Shayna. That is shitty. I mean, that's their thought and belief that IW and AEW are the winning sides. They believe that Dixie Carter and Shao Kahn are closing in on Vince McMahon and they're gonna beat him and it's only a need of time and it's gonna happen sometime next year, so you gotta elope to IW and AEW and that kind of shit. Yeah, well, you know, they have the right to their thought and belief if they want to. I mean, that's their thought and belief, and good for them if they believe it. But there's no truth to it. IW and AEW haven't come any more closer of overtaking WWE than they did from day one. Yeah, you're right, Jordan. You were right. You know, when I came to WWE, I kept hearing folks say, "Oh, you're going with the wrong wrestling business. You should go with IW. Oh, you should go with AEW. You look great in one of those IW shirts. You look great in one of those AEW shirts." Yeah, you know. But at the end of the day, the truth is that IW hasn't come any more closer of beating WWE than they did on the first day. And they've been doing it for eight between years. And it hasn't, and nothing has shifted with WWE. And they haven't beaten WWE at all. And you got AEW, they only been around for a year, but they haven't come any more close in 1 year of doing anything. So they can say all they want. Their followers can believe what they want to believe, but IW and AEW isn't going to beat WWE or put them out of business. That's that's never going to happen. Yeah, well, what do you think about those IW followers and AEW followers that say, "Oh, it's time to get even for what happened to WCW and ECW. We got to get even for what happened to Jim Crockett and Ted Turner and Todd Gordon and Paulie Dangerously. We got to get even for every other wrestling business owner that lost their wrestling business because either A, they didn't understand how to run their business right, B, they didn't understand how to handle their gals right, or C, they didn't want to do anything new to keep folks coming to see their stuff." Oh, that's dumb. That ship has sailed a long time ago. To get even for something that happened eight between years ago, Jordan, is that really what IWAW is for? To get even for eight between years? That may not have been the goal in the beginning, but that has become their goal now. Yeah, well, if that's truly what the IW followers out there and the AW followers out there believe, that they believe that Dixie Carter and Shao Kahn are getting even for what happened eight between years ago, then that ship has sailed. You know, if Jim Crockett's still alive, which I don't know if he is or is not, I know Robert Turner still is. I know Todd Gordon and Paulie Dangerously are, and I don't think at this time, I don't think any of them anyone getting even for them. Yeah, you're right about that, Shayna. I don't think that Todd Gordon, Paulie Dangerously, and Jim Crockett and Robert Turner, anyone getting even for them for what happened to them in the wrestling business. They don't need Dixie Carter and Shao Kahn picking up the sword and fighting for them where they left off at 8 years ago. You know, no need what anyone says. I mean, I like to go around and say, oh, Vince McMahon doesn't know what he's doing anymore. Yeah, well, that's so funny because they say Vince McMahon doesn't know what the hell he's doing, but then they'll go around and say, oh, Dixie Carter and Shao Kahn know what they're doing. Yeah, well, keep in mind one's been running IW for 7 between 8 of those 8 between years. You know, and you don't see IW getting any more bigger, do you? And she's made a shit load of mistakes during her time. But everyone overlooks all of Dixie Carter's mistakes. And Shao Kahn, well, you know he can't bend over backwards to his wrestling because he's got a cart making business on one side, a football team on the other side, another football team on the other side, and he's got his hands either in sports teams or in cart making businesses. So you really think he's going to spend as much time on his wrestling offshoot? You really think they know he know? You really think Shao Kahn knows what he's doing? No. They overlook all his mistakes because IW followers and AW followers want to make out Dixie Carter and Shao Kahn out to be these good doers in the wrestling business. Never mind that they're not going to beat Vince McMahon, who at least had about 38 years on both of them. You know. Yeah, that's true, Shayna Blazer says. And I'm sure an IW follower and AW follower out there are going to get mad at this film and say, oh, you're wrong. Yeah, I really don't care. I've heard all before. You know? So, yeah. Well, that's all I gotta talk about. I gotta go now, Jordan. Well, good seeing you, Shayna. Good seeing you, too. Yeah, well, that was me with Shayna Blazer, former two-time WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight winner, former WWE Women's Team winner. If there's any other winnings she's won in any other wrestling business or fighting business, I don't know. Anyway, if you like that film, then go watch the film I made yesterday over here. Or follow me at Jordan Long. I'm Jordan Long, and I hope you like this film.